All right, and now we are happy to be joined here by world number 5, Yeon Ryu, six-time LPGA winner, including the 2011 U.S. Women's Open and 2017 ANA Inspiration. This is Yeon's 7th KPMG Women's PGA Championship, has a best finish of tied for 4th in 2016. She's also competing in her 14th event of 2018, has made every cut, 3 top 10 finishes, and a highlighting win at the Meyer LPGA Classic. Welcome in. I saw you.
Thank you.
You said you played 9 holes today. How is the golf course, other than unfortunately, as we hear, wet?
Yeah, golf course is a bit wet, but I love this golf course. Every hole have a different character, especially the green have a lot of character. You know, you have to have a really great second shot. Also, depends on pin position. The green could play totally differently. So I really enjoy this golf course, and especially I love the last 3 holes, like 16, 17, 18 is really, really close, great closing hole. Then hopefully I can make some birdies at the last 3 holes.
Literally every single person who has sat in that chair has mentioned 16, 17, and 18 as fabulous closing holes. What is it about those 3 that you think are going to be such a challenge for you guys as you take to the course?
Yes, definitely challenging. 15, 16 is not an easy tee shot, not an easy second shot either. And then 17 depends on what kind of which team ground we're gonna use. Also, which spot of the green they were gonna use. I think it's gonna be totally different hole. And then 18, like literally like dog leg right to left. And then also I think that hole gonna playing really differently. Depends on which direction swing we're gonna have. So it's gonna be a lot of fun hole.
So you're coming in on a roll, had a good finish last week in Arkansas, coming off the win before that. How do you feel coming into this season's next major?
Yeah, I think I just definitely had a lot of pressure on for this year, and then after I won the Meyer Classic, I feel much better. I think I was a bit too harsh on me. I was like, why couldn't you finish top 10? Why couldn't you finish top 5? Why couldn't you hit that ball even straighter? Why couldn't you make that putt? And then after U.S. Women's Open, I was thinking about it, and then I think it just, time to be kind to myself. You better not to be too harsh on me, because I think if I look back whole my LPGA career, I've been finishing top 10 quite a lot. I think that fact just made me, you're the one have to be consistent all the time. And then at the same time, I'm a human being. So I know I'm always going to do my best, but I cannot control the result. So right now, my mindset is as long as your preparation was 100% effort, I'm just gonna walk away with the result. I'm just not gonna think about the result too much. And then that attitude made me to able to win the tournament at the Meyer Classic. So hopefully, I can have this positive mind for the rest of the year and rest of my career.
We'll open it up for questions. Raise your hand, we'll bring a microphone. We'll start with Steve.
In addition to the golf course, people have been raving about the event overall, and not just this year, but in years leading up to this. Where does this now rate among the major championships?
To be honest, this is my favorite as a major. Like, it's really hard to tell which one's better, which one's not good. But since we have the PGA of America as our tournament host, we've been had a really, really great golf course a lot. I've enjoyed all the golf courses we've been playing. Like, I really enjoyed the Sahali, Westchester. Also, this week gonna be a really fun week. So I would say it could be number 1 major.
What makes it, in addition to the golf courses, what makes it the number 1 major?
First of all, they select always great golf course, and then their course setup's really nice. It's everything's really makes sense. Also, how they manage the tournament and everything just feels like it's like true major.
Next question for Soyeon. Randall.
Soyeon, 5 different players can go to number 1 this week. It seems like number 1 is just always a question now. Is it something you're getting used to? Is it easier to deal with the pressures that come with that because you've been exposed to it longer now?
I think when I was number 1, I didn't realize how much pressure I was on. But after I dropped the ranking, I realized, okay, there was a lot of pressure. But it was definitely worth it. And then, as a professional golfer, it's a huge honor to become a number 1 player in the world. And then, because we're professional, I think we deserve to handle all the pressure. So, I really want to get back to that position, and I don't mind to holding the pressure. And then, I didn't know all the top 5 players have a chance to become a number 1. And then hopefully, I'm gonna win this tournament and become a number one again sooner than expected, and hopefully I can win the tournament when I'm number one.
Next question for Soyeon. We'll take the microphone to the back row, please. The camera row.
I'm Won Jung Park with Korean TV. Likely we will be playing international crown in Incheon, Korea. And I remember you played in Chicago 2 years ago. And how do you feel about international crown and playing in your own country? Can you say
Well-
English first and then Korean as well?
Well, actually, international crown definitely give me the extra motivation to playing well for this season, and at the same time, give me a lot of pressure as well. Well, I really enjoyed to play 2014 and 16 international crown, but well, golf is really popular sports right now in Korea, and then all the golf fans expected us to hold the crown, but we haven't had it, so that's even more pressure to me to playing international crown in front of the Korean golf fans in Korea. But I've had amazing support from Korea, and then I really want to have really good performance to make my Korean fans happy. So hopefully, all four Korean gonna playing really well in Incheon, and then we can have that crown in front of all the Korean fans. 인터내셔널 크라운이 제가 시즌을 시작하는 데 있어서 굉장히 모티베이션이 되기도 했고 좀 굉장히 부담감을 많이 주는 사실이기도 했었는데요. 그래도 지난 몇 주 전에 우승한 덕분에 어느 정도 팀을 확정시키는데 큰 도움이 됐었고 2014년, 16년 두 해 동안 모두 인터내셔널 크라운에서 한국팀을 대표해서 경기를 하게 됐는데요. 굉장히 좋은 대회라는 거를 2년 동안 하면서 좀 알게 됐고 너무 같은 팀 선수들이랑 기쁜 일들도 굉장히 많았고요. 다만 한국 골프 팬들이 저희가 우승하기를 바라셨는데 우승하지 못해서 그 부분이 사실은 한국 팬들 앞에서 한국에서 경기를 한다는 게 조금 더 부담감으로 오긴 하는데요. 그래도 한국에서 굉장히 많은 서포트를 받고 투어를 뛰는 만큼 한국 분들에게 좋은 모습 보여드릴 수 있도록 저희 네 선수 모두가 최고의 기량으로 트로피를 들 수 있었으면 좋겠어요.
Randall, and then we'll go back over to Amy.
Just following up on the crown, for those players that are fighting for the last spot on your team, how intense is interest in that already overseas in Korea? Have you got any sense that how much interest there is and who's going to make that team? And then how does that affect the players that are trying to make the team?
Of course, Korean media started to talk about it a lot. Then all the Koreans knew it as well. Also, I found out I'm pretty secure to play and make a team through Korean media. I read an article and then they said you're pretty safe. So I was like, okay, that's relief. And then I saw last week the Haejin Choi won the tournament in KLPGA and she jumped up a few spots. And right now she's a fourth player as Korean. And then I think IK is fifth right now. So all the players already knew it as well through all the media and all the fact what was going on in Korea, and they definitely want to play represent the team as Korean because it's a huge honor to represent our own country, and then also especially the IK have been played an international crown in 2014, and then for sure she knows how cool is the tournament is gonna be, and she's also tempted to have a crown because we couldn't have a crown back then. So we, Korean players, always talked about it. Then hopefully we can have a best player for my country, and then hopefully our teamwork gonna be awesome for that week.
Amy?
Hey Soyeon, you were talking a lot about pressure you put on yourself to win, and the pressure that you felt when you were number one, and the pressure to make this UL International Crown team. How have you learned to manage all of that pressure that you do feel out here on a week-to-week basis?
I think best way to you learn how to learn pressure is you should fail. I think for example, when we are playing on the golf course, and then if I look back all my professional career when I win, I feel like I never really feel that pressure much. I'm just in my zone. I just don't really know about the pressure. All I care about is just my golf ball. I never really think about it. But when you're failed, you started to realize how much pressure how much pressure you're holding on. So after you failed, you started to think about the pressure, and then you started to think about how to manage the pressure. And then that's nothing you can learn through book or nothing you can learn through other people. You have to go through that phase to learn how to manage the pressure. So I guess everyone's different. For me, just balance between golfer's life and my personal life, it's huge to help me out to how to manage the pressure. Because if you only think about golf, it's kind of like you just cannot even breathing. Like you always think about like how I'm gonna hit the shot really great, how I'm gonna make the putt more, how I'm gonna win the tournament, and then, well, I hope I can win all the tournament, but it's literally impossible to win every tournament. So if you only think about the golf, you just, you have no room to like have a breathing. So when you have a really good balance between golfer's life and your personal life, I think you have a chance to get away from the golf, and then that makes you enjoy the golf more, and then that makes you to think about golf more positive way. So it's just only my opinion, but I think the pressure is you just cannot learn from other people's or by book.
Just to follow up to that, how do you then find that balance? Do you make sure, like each week you're on the road, to find some time to do something else away from golf? And kind of what are some of those activities that you do?
I'm actually trying not to obsess with golf. Like, I guess, like the thing what I actually told my mom, and then mom, golf is weird. Like when I'm struggling with the golf just make me so stressful. But at the same time, I still love to grinding out there. It's just weird, Like I wish I just can be like, I'm done. Like, I just can't do it anymore. But I just because I love this game so much, I just cannot quit. So when I'm struggle or when I cannot find out something on my own, I always try to find someone to talk to, and then I just try to get away from golf. I just do cooking and then talk to my sister or my family in Korea, and then do some shopping or drinking wine with a great friend and can. So I think that's the way how I manage. Like just as long as I love this game, I think it's really hard to not to obsess with it, but I better not to obsess with it.
Anything further for Soyeon? All right, well, thank you so much. Have a great week.
Thank you.